Hey everyone, and welcome back to Exclusive Consciousness. This is episode 9, a conversation with a Ukrainian native who now lives in America. March 10th, 2022. This is actually going to be an interview that I did with my Uber driver who happened to be Ukrainian. Right in the midst of the war, as it was breaking out, I got an interview with this man, and he gave me a lot of fresh perspective on kind of the status of things and just the way his own life was being affected, being someone who was born and had a house that was now destroyed in Ukraine, which he'll go into in the interview. I apologize for the sound. There is car noise in the background. We were in a car, and I did not have professional equipment. I recorded it on my cell phone, but I wanted to include it in the podcast because I believe there's a lot of valuable information and it opens up a whole new line of perspective for what the situation is like over there, even though this was months ago. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy. Here you go. So you're from Ukraine. How long have you been living in LA?
Since 2015.
Since 2015, so 7 years. This is going to be your 7th year? Wow. Do you ever go back, or how long has it been since you went back?
Yeah, I'm going every year.
You try to go every year?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's really interesting. And do you have family over there still?
Yeah.
Did they get a chance to evacuate, or are they still there?
Yeah, they evacuated. They are in Poland.
They're in Poland?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you talk to them every day?
Yeah.
That's good. Wow. How do you feel about the way the United States has handled the situation? Like, do you think they should intervene, or do you think they should?
I think they can do more, but they don't do it.
You
but
think
it's understandable because nobody wants a headache.
Right.
My country just need to close the air. If they will close the air, the Europe and the USA, then Russia cannot bomb. And if Russia cannot bomb with the war on the ground, we are good.
Yeah.
We are better on the ground than them.
Yeah, that's what I was reading, that there's a lot more casualties coming from the Russian side than the Ukrainian side when it comes to man-on-man warfare. It's just interesting because it's like, it's such a simple thing that they could do. Just, it's a no-fly zone, and then that just, but it's like that one step could lead to like so much more conflict. And it's like, I understand the side that says, you know, you don't want more war in other countries. But then you see the pictures and the people there that are fighting back, that are stepping up. And then there's like people from other countries that are flying into neighboring countries to go into Ukraine so they can fight. It's a very interesting thing to see, you know, when people from like Britain or even people from America, or even, did you hear about, there was a Canadian guy who was a sniper who went to Ukraine, and they're like, what the heck? You know, like, how did he get over there, you know? But there's just people who are like, nah, I'm going to go and fight for what I believe is right. And I'm definitely on the Ukrainian team on this one, because it's very fucked up what Putin is doing. Yeah. And I don't know.
At least, you know, it's 21st century. It's not like 1945 or 1942. It's I don't know. It's ridiculous. All countries destroyed. I don't think it can be. We can rebuild it.
Yeah, like even if you guys were to like there was a standstill, no more war, it would just take too long to rebuild.
Everything is destroyed. I don't know how many years we need to make it again.
Wow. Do you know how many people live in Ukraine? Do you know?
Around 45 million.
45 million. Wow.
It's a huge. It's the biggest country in Europe.
Wow. That's insane. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you grew up there?
Yeah.
What was the culture like there? I don't know much about the Ukrainian people. Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah? So kind of like how I am? I'm very Christian.
Yeah, Christian.
Yeah? Is there like Christian more like you go to church, or like more like connecting to spirit and like...
No, going to church.
Going to church? Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I am very connected to the Holy Spirit. Like, I intercede, I pray for people, I love to talk about the Bible, I love to talk about God. That's so interesting. I didn't know that. That's the way it is. Is it like almost feel like indoctrination? Like that's your one choice, or does it feel like you kind of have like religious freedom?
I'm not very much religious, but I mean, I believe in God. But
yeah.
I don't know what to say.
No, absolutely. It's hard when your country's being bombed. How you can, it makes you think, like
my apartment is bombed.
Your apartment that was there?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Where my parents was living, I grew up in that apartment is gone.
Oh my God. That's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
That, man, I can never. I'm from Peru. That's like, I'm imagining my my dad's house. You know, my dad
Yeah.
still lives over there. I'm just imagining, like, imagine if his house just was gone. Man, wow.
Thousands of people dying every day.
Thousands. And it's like you're thinking to yourself, like, what can I do? You know, like,
Yeah.
what can I do? Yeah, it's insane, man. And it's just wild because everything becomes political. Like, everything has to be done by meetings, and you see them in the UN. The ambassadors are talking to each other, and at the end of the day, you're just like, you guys aren't gonna do shit. Like, you two guys sitting across from each other at this table are not gonna put an end to this war right now. You know, but they love to just waste money and put on a show, and like you're saying, all these people are dying, and it's kind of a terrible thing. It's really fucking terrible. I don't know.
People living in basements for 2 weeks already.
Really? Just to avoid the bombs?
All countries in basement. So, I mean, whoever left. Who is still in the country, they are in basement.
Wow. That's insane. And it's just like, if there's no grocery stores or anything, right? Because it's like...
the food is going to finish like next few days too. No water, no electricity, no gas, nothing.
It's just like a dark basement, basically.
Yeah.
What part of your family lives over there? Like, that is now in Poland? Like, just your parents, or?
I have a lot of relatives. Yeah, parents and I have a big family.
Like your aunts, uncles, cousins. Yeah. And out here, you live by yourself? You got a family out here?
No, I have a family here. I have kids, wife.
Oh wow. And so, like, you came. What made you want to come to America?
American dream.
American dream. Can I ask you, what is your definition of that?
A better life.
A better life. Do you think... I once spoke to someone who was from Mexico, and he owned this restaurant, and I remember one day he sat down with us. It was me and my friend. We showed up, and he was telling us his story, and I remember he said, the moment when I finally bought a house, I felt like I achieved the American dream.
Yeah.
You know, like, I owned a house. And I very much see that as being a big pillar in that American dream, for sure.
I mean, that's true.
Have you always done Uber, or what do you do?
No, I was doing medical transportation.
Oh, okay.
Non-emergency medical transportation, and I applied for a license. I'm waiting for my license, which will be in around 18 months. So in this time, I have to do something then.
Yeah, while you wait.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What is that what does that job entail?
Now I apply for license for home health.
Got it.
Elder people care.
Got it. And is that like transporting medicine or transporting them?
Transporting them.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah. You're a giver of your time. That's cool. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be affected very positively by you. You can tell. You have a very strong heart. I can see it in your eyes.
Thank you.
It's very cool. Yeah, man. I've been here in LA for 6 years, so just a little bit shy of how long you've been here, and it's welcomed me a lot, man. There's a lot of really cool cultures and people you can meet.
Yeah.
It's how are your kids young, like baby, or are they older?
No, my daughter is 21 and my son is 14.
Oh, wow. So your daughter is already grown.
Yeah.
She's an adult.
You married?
No, I'm 24.
Oh, you're 24.
I'm young. I'm still young myself. But no, I was talking to this girl for a bit, and we've just been going on dates, but nothing really like, oh, I want to get married or anything.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, you're too young.
Yeah, that's true. When did you have kids?
I got married very young. When I was your age, my daughter was 7 years old.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I got married when I was 18.
Oh, shit, okay. In Ukraine?
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. So you and your wife came together here?
Yeah.
Nice. That's really interesting. Wow. It's crazy how someone can build a whole life on a different country, you know?
Yeah.
Like, completely just opposite of whatever else they're doing in that other spot. Like, Peru is like where my extended family is, like my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and I have like 40, 50 people that are there, you know. My mom had 9 siblings, so she was one of 10, and it's just, you know, it's funny. When I was younger, I was like, man, this family's too big. But, you know, now when I'm older, I'm like, man, I really appreciate the fact that I have so much family, you know?
Of course, family is the main thing, bro. Remember, all your life, keep your family. Family is family. Familia.
Familia. Exactly. Mi familia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. What do Ukrainians speak? Like, do you guys have a special language or no?
Ukrainian, yeah.
Yeah? That's
Mostly we speak some Russian, but we have our language, Ukrainian. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Peru speaks Spanish, huh?
We speak like Spaniard, like Castilian.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different, a little bit more refined than like Mexican slang.
Okay.
But it is very similar. Yeah. But they have like certain words, like Mexicans will say soda, like soda. In Peru, you'll hear gaseosa.
Oh. Okay.
So it's like there's like certain differentiations, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same.
Okay.
Yeah. But I haven't been back. I was actually supposed to go in May of 2020. So like 2 months after the freaking pandemic started. It was horrible. I was like, we were so close. I wanted to see my grandma, but she actually passed recently because of all the stuff that's going on. But it just, you never know, you know? I feel like the last 3 years have really tested the people in this world, man. I feel like we've been through more than we had ever been before,
Right.
you know? And I'm just glad that it's kind of ending, you know, for the most part. Like, they're saying, even LA, even being one of the most strictest cities in the country, like, they're kind of at the point where they kind of want to return to normalcy. And I think a lot of people are ready for that. I think everybody's been waiting, but like, I hate wearing a mask, man. I hate wearing a mask. I think you miss out when there's another person, like right now you're smiling, you know, and you miss out on that interaction. Being able to see someone's whole smile, it's a transfer of joy, it's a transfer of happiness, and we miss out on it, you know. And I get, you know, there's levels of protection, and then there's, you know, hypocrisy when people call it out. You know, the main guy, Anthony Fauci, is saying you don't have to wear a mask and that they don't do anything. It's just like, it starts to get under your skin a little bit, because you're like, you know, my favorite thing to do is connect with people, you know, people I've never met before, people from other cultures. You know, it's my favorite part about being an immigrant. I became a citizen like 6 years ago when I moved to LA. I was in college, and that winter I became a citizen, and I love being a citizen. But at the same time, it's like I feel like I take on more responsibility becoming a citizen in a way. Because now you're like, this is my country, you know? I want to make sure other people are good, you know? Like, you see how many people are homeless and how many people are addicted to drugs on the street.
Yeah.
And you wonder, is there no viable solution? Because nobody's come up with anything, you know?
Yeah, that's good. God bless you. You think so deep, it's good.
Man, that's what I'm telling you, bro. That's the connection with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit takes me deeper into the presence of God, makes me think about this stuff.
So much people nowadays thinking so deep, you know? Everybody... Money, only money.
Right. Everything's surface level.
Yeah.
You know?
Level.
And if it doesn't affect you, yeah, you don't even worry about it. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of sad. It's really sad sometimes when I talk to some people out here. They're very lost in the idea of becoming famous or being a celebrity. That's all they want. Oh, I just want to be viral on TikTok. If you're good at something, you'll become famous. Michael Phelps was really good at swimming. The whole world knows he's the Olympian, you know? Like, he's the guy. But he worked his ass off so hard. His life, swimming, dedicated. He didn't do anything else but swim. Why do you think he's so good at it? Yeah. And people out here will try something one time and then expect themselves to be the master at it. And when it doesn't go their way, they're like, I don't want to do anything anymore, you know? And it's just like, I don't know. I'm one of those people who's like, if I'm going to try something, I want to give it everything I got and a little bit extra, you know? Because what if it turns into something great? You know, and you end up loving it, or you end up like connecting or building something out of it. Like, I'm a writer, so anytime I have like a funny conversation with somebody, I'm like, let me write that down, you know, or like, let me write a couple thoughts of that down, or like, You know, that's why one of the reasons why I wanted to record the conversation, because I was like, this guy's got one of the most unique perspectives in town right now. You know, he's actually going through the shit that people are on TV talking about when they haven't even been through the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, what's your name?
Mike.
Mike?
Yeah.
What's like your full name's Mike? Oh,
Michael.
Michael?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Michael.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Luigi.
Yeah.
I know you were saying earlier, like my name. That's crazy. It was a absolute pleasure just speaking with you, man.
Same here.
If you could give people one word of advice, I guess, in life, what do you think it would be?
Peace.
Peace?
Yes. No war. No war.
No war.
I think that's the worst thing can happen to anybody. I mean, except of death, of course.
Right. I
But
mean,
the war is same death.
right. Well, thank you so much for your time.